Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here to give our first alternate for the Spooky Treats Paper Pumpkin Kit from September of 2022. My card is going to look like this. Now this is just using one of the spider web this is the cover to one of the boxes that it makes. So this is the only part of the kit that we're going to use, and I'm going to cut the spider web out. So we're going to get started with our card. I've got a basic black base that is 11 by 4 1/4. Score that at 5 1/2 or fold it in half and crease it. We've got an Orchid Oasis layer that is 5 1/4 by 4. We'll glue that down. Here to the front, and I just used these color, or the Orchid Oasis, because that was the color of ink that we got in the kit. You could use any color, a Poppy Parade or something reddish might even look real pretty. I have a top layer for that is 3 3/4 by 5, and we'll put that on top. So I'm going to bring in my piece of paper. I used some Daffodil Delight on the base with my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend the whole piece with the Daffodil Delight. And we start off the paper. If you see that I'm starting off to get any harsh, and which I just got one there, we're going to get harsh blobs of the color kind of off on this paper, like here. If you put the brush down harder after you've filled it with the ink on the paper, you will get a blob, and those are harder to blend out. Luckily, down here where I struggled with the paper, I will get, we'll cover that with the grass. So I'm going to stop with my Daffodil Delight. Got a nice base on there of that. I'm going to come over to the crushed curry. This one we want to be careful with because it will make definite blobs. And I'm just filling in around my background with the darker. And I am going to try and make a few little blobs now, just to give it a, now that I've rubbed most of it out. I'm going to stop there. And I've got some Calypso Coral that I'll come through and try and add some pink, a little bit of pink in the sky, I guess we'll call this background the sky, because that's kind of what it's supposed to be. And we'll stop there with that extra pink in there. Gonna stop right there. And then I've got my Grassy Grove stamp set that I'm going to use the flower piece out of. It's a land strip of wildflowers. And my Orchid Oasis ink. And I'm going to just go along the bottom of the paper. And then I will just put another little tap off around on the paper to give it some depth with the flowers. Then I do have another piece of paper for the inside that measures 4 1/4. No, it doesn't. It measures 5 1/4 by 4. And then I'm just going to do the same thing down here and give it a layer of the flowers right there. So then I'll glue that to the inside while I'm right here. spinning everything all around on my tabletop here. Glue that down, and then we will glue this to the front. Right here, over the top of the Orchid Oasis layer. That looks pretty good. And then now we will make our, I'm calling them sun rays. We'll make our rays here. And all I'm going to do is cut out around the spider web and cut out all the lines in between. So I'll be back when I've got that done. Okay, so I've cut them off. I cut them straight, and then this one, this sample, I tried to round the ends a little bit. This one I went back, I cut 3 of them, made sure they were all going that way, and then these other 3 I went the other way. So that's going to just kind of point down onto the base. You need to get, I got a 1 3/8 inch punch and a 1 1/4 inch punch. And I'm going to cut a 1 3/8 from my crushed curry, and then this leftover piece of the card will be good for the 1 1/4 inch punch. And then I'm going to use my Orchid Oasis again ink and a sentiment from that same stamp set that says "See the Good," because I think this card looks like it might need a little bit. You could put a happy birthday or something else on it, but I just thought it looked like a inspirational kind of looking card. So put my "See the Good" on there. I will glue that onto the crushed curry circle. Then I'll put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom. So we're going to put our rays down there where we want them. And then I'm going to put my little circle on top so that the rays have stuck to it. I've got a big old pop dot I'm going to put on there. And then put that in the upper corner. Like that. And then we got our inside done and our outside done. So card number 1 is done.